Listen carefully because what I'm about to share with you might just be the mirror you've been avoiding. We live in a world obsessed with winners. We celebrate the champion, we praise the successful, we admire those standing on top. But have you ever stopped to wonder what happens to those who fall? What happens when the applause fades and the lights go dim? Stay with me until the end, because this story carries a truth that might save you from life's cruelest lesson. There was once a young man named Adrian who lived in a quiet town surrounded by hills. Adrian wasn't extraordinary by birth. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, and he didn't come from a family of achievers. But he had something that burned brighter than talent. He had a dream. Adrian wanted to become a professional athlete. He wanted to represent his town, maybe even his country one day. People laughed when he first spoke about it. But Adrian didn't care. He trained every single morning before sunrise. He ran until his lungs burned and his legs gave out. He practiced until his body begged him to stop. Slowly, people began to notice. His dedication inspired others. Soon, his family started believing in him. His friends cheered for him. Even strangers in the town began stopping him on the street to wish him luck. They said things like, "You're going to make us proud. Adrian, we always knew you had it in you. You're destined for greatness." Adrian felt loved. He felt seen. He felt like he mattered. Then came the day of the regional championship. It was the biggest opportunity of his life. Adrian had trained for months. His entire town gathered to watch. Banners with his name hung across the streets. Everyone believed this was his moment. The race began. Adrian gave everything he had, every ounce of strength, every bit of courage. But in the final stretch, he stumbled. His legs cramped. He fell behind. He finished fourth. Not first, not even on the podium, just fourth. And just like that, everything changed. The same people who had cheered for him now walked past him without a word. The friends who promised to stand by him suddenly became busy. His own relatives whispered behind his back. "We knew he wouldn't make it. He wasted everyone's time." What was he even thinking? The banners came down. The love disappeared. Adrian was left standing alone in the middle of a town that had forgotten his name. Overnight, he felt crushed, not because he lost the race, but because he lost the people. He realized something painful and real. When you win, everyone claims you. But when you lose, you become invisible. Heartbroken and ashamed, Adrian decided to leave. He packed a small bag, wrote a short note to his parents, and walked out of town in the early morning fog. No one stopped him. No one even noticed. He wandered for days, sleeping under bridges, eating little, speaking to no one. One evening, as the sun set over a small village, Adrian sat by a river, staring at his own reflection in the water. Tears rolled down his face. He felt worthless. He felt like a failure. That's when an old woman approached him. She was carrying firewood on her back. Her face wrinkled with age, but her eyes sharp and kind. She sat beside him without asking and simply said, "You look like someone who lost a race but found a truth." Adrian looked at her, surprised. He didn't know her, but something about her presence felt safe. So he told her everything. The dreams, the training, the love, the loss, and the loneliness. The old woman listened without interrupting. When he finished, she smiled softly and said, "Let me tell you something, young man. The crowd loves the winner because it costs them nothing. Clapping is easy. Cheering is free. But walking with someone through failure, that requires character. And most people don't have it." She continued, "You didn't lose because you were weak. You lost because you were human. And that's okay. But now you have a choice. You can believe what they said about you, or you can prove to yourself who you really are. Not for them, for you." Adrian felt something shift inside him. The old woman stood up, dusted off her clothes, and before leaving, she said one last thing. "I used to be a coach. If you want, come to my home tomorrow morning. I'll train you, not to impress anyone, but to become unbreakable." Adrian showed up the next morning, and for the next year, he trained like never before. The old woman was tough. She didn't care about his feelings. She cared about his growth. She made him run in the rain. She made him train when he was tired. She taught him that discipline beats motivation every single time. She taught him that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. But more importantly, she taught him to stop seeking approval from others. She said, Train for yourself. Win for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one who will be there when the world walks away. Months passed. Adrian transformed. His body became stronger. His mind became sharper. But the biggest change was in his heart. He no longer needed the crowd. He no longer craved their love. He had found something deeper, self-respect. 1 year later, the national championship was announced. Adrian registered quietly. No banners, no celebrations. He simply showed up, and this time, he didn't just compete. He dominated. He won the gold medal and broke the national record. The news spread like wildfire. His town went crazy. People poured into the streets celebrating. The same people who ignored him now called him a hero. They said, "We always believed in him. He's one of us. We're so proud." Adrian stood on the podium, holding his medal, and looked out at the crowd. He smiled, not because they finally loved him again, but because he no longer needed them to. After the ceremony, a young boy approached Adrian and asked, "How did you do it? How did you come back after losing everything?" Adrian knelt down, looked the boy in the eyes, and said, "I learned that people will love you when you win and forget you when you lose. That's just how it is. But the real victory is not in the medal. It's in learning to stand alone. It's in training even when no one is watching. It's in believing in yourself when the whole world doubts you. Don't chase their applause. Chase your own respect. Because that's the only thing that will never leave you." The moral message. Life will test you, not with how high you can rise, but with how strong you remain when you fall. Victory will bring you friends, fame, and admiration. But defeat will show you the truth. It will reveal who truly stands with you and who only stood beside your success. The world measures results, not effort. People celebrate outcomes, not journeys. And that's a harsh reality. But here's the beauty. When you accept this truth, you stop living for their validation. You start living for your own growth. Failure is not your enemy. It's your teacher. It shows you who you are when no one is clapping. It builds strength that success never could. So if you've ever been ignored after a loss, if you've ever felt abandoned when you needed people most, remember this. You are not defined by their opinions. You are defined by your courage to keep going. Train in silence, work in the shadows, and let your success be the noise they can't ignore. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you of your own battles, then do me a favor. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Leave a comment telling me your story, and subscribe to Easy English Tales so we can keep growing together. Because every story here is meant to inspire you, to strengthen you, and to remind you that you are capable of more than you think. See you in the next story. Keep believing. Keep fighting. You've got this.